Good morning, afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the second of our AEGIS summer stream series. We're going to be showing off some more AEGIS 2 today, and jamming in any last-minute playtesting. So, my name is Breeze. I am the creator of AEGIS, and today we're going to be doing a solo mode. I am being joined by our community manager, Yampy.
That's me.
And Hoobst will be drawing lines and offering color commentary. But yeah, so to give you an update on AEGIS stuff, a bunch of the files are at the printer. I found some typos, so I'm going to send over some new files. And with that means I can also update any last minute playtesting stuff that we're gonna do. So that means maybe I could update some solo mode stuff. So we're gonna test out some things in AEGIS 2's solo mode today. Now, solo mode in AEGIS is interesting. We've streamed this a couple times before. If you check our YouTube channel, you can dig for some solo mode streams. We streamed a couple different bosses. I believe we've never streamed this one before. This is also one of the most recently updated bosses. But yeah, in AEGIS, you have a team of 5 robots and you usually fight against each other. Well, in solo mode, you have a team of 5 robots and you fight against an AI-controlled boss. The team that you use is just like any other AEGIS team. It's under no different restrictions. The boss is just a card, and then you put a set of 9 or 10 robots with it to act as its minions, which you can use one of the pre-built teams in the box to do so. Every boss card in the final game is double-sided. All solo mode contents are like landscape orientation, so you can very easily see which components in the box are solo mode versus not solo mode. So this is what a boss card looks like. It's cool. And it basically reads like a normal Aegis card. This one has the print bleed on it, so it's like a little wide around the edges. But the general gist that you're looking at here is that it's a big robot with a lot of HP and has 3 attacks. And the attacks it will use are dictated by a little deck of 12 cards off to the side that it'll reveal every turn. And it's kind of interesting. It also has some extra special abilities that it can do. Before battle, you flip it over though, and you look at the back. The back of every Aegis boss card has a description of what you're fighting, and that can usually give you some clues on what it does and how to beat it. Bottom left is setup rules, where you put the boss's piece on the board, and if it starts with any minions, and then we give like a couple little rules clarifications and reminders over here just in case we felt the boss needed them. In the middle, you'll see suggestions on the boss's 9 or 10 robot minion team. In this case, we just tell you letters. Very simple. It means that all the bosses are cross-compatible between each Aegis box. So if I wanted to construct a minion team for IKA-SAUR, I'd be like using like an AEGIS team and these combined robots down here. And we chose those specifically because we actually looked at all the AS robots and the EI robots across Aegis 1 and 2, and we were like, okay, which of these robots are actually compatible? And then we kind of built backwards from there. So hopefully most of the time these suggested minions in a custom team will complement what the IKA-SAUR is doing. And then if you don't want to kind of make a custom minion team for the boss, we have some suggested just use the Indrix team or the Kaiju team just straight out of the box from Aegis 2. Shuffle them up and put them in the deck. And lastly, what you see over on the right are Chivos. Every game needs Chivos. You can check these off as you make your way through Aegis's 8 bosses, and basically beating the boss is one thing, but you know, beating the boss extra good and checking these off is what cool players do. So if I manage to beat IKA-SAUR here without losing a robot, or if I defeat 5 minions of his before winning, or if I combine 3 or more times before winning, I can do all these Chivos. So yeah, and then other than that, yeah, solo mode just basically operates on a timed system. I have 4 turns to beat the boss in well 4 rounds where I'll be able to move all my robots 4 times total to beat the boss down. And if I don't beat him by that time, I lose. And I also start with an amount of what are called valor points. I start with 18, and I also lose if I fall below 5 of those at the end of a round. And I lose valor points when my robots die, and I can also use the valor points to fix bad dice rolls. So it is kind of a little risk-reward thing with spending your limited health resource to hopefully beat the boss within the time limit. So yeah, we can go through this. How you set it up. AEGIS starts in the center, and it spawns 2 SAUR drones off to the side as just its as its beginning requirement, and then you place your robots in either start zone. You can split them across 2 start zones, it's like I've done here. And then you reveal the boss's 3 AI cards, and these actually do look different in the final game, but we haven't updated them in the tabletop simulator. In the final game, they're horizontal to go with all the other horizontal solo mode stuff. So what these are going to tell me is that in solo mode, I alternate activations. I move a robot, the boss does a thing. I move a robot, the boss does the thing, and so on and so forth. The boss will do 3 things. And so the first thing I know it's going to do is going to be the A thing. It will activate the boss, and if we go over to the boss's card, we'll look at what will it do when it does the A thing? Well, it'll use the first attack, Cyan Typhoon, and it will roll dice for that and deal a bunch of damage to robots next to it. I have no robots next to it, so I don't really have to worry about that for now. And then it will activate all minions that are A class, which it doesn't have any. But if it doesn't have any, that means it's going to try to spawn some minions at the end of the turn. So you can kind of look at the boss and what it's done here and assess what to do. So I know that it's going to attack the air and do nothing, but the next 2 turns it's going to submerge itself. So specifically this round, I'm not going to be able to shoot it after the first turn. So what can I do to see if I can get some damage in before it just starts hiding underwater from me? I'm using the Challenger team, like Team 7 out of Aegis 2. So I have some gimmicks, some guys that move pretty fast. And I'm actually using one of the backer commanders, Audette, because I thought in my head that this might be interesting because I can just get my guys into position and she'll reward people who don't move. And the boss is theoretically not gonna move me very much. So maybe if I get all my robots into position, I can then just start beating it down. But how do I get close? My blue robots move 5 spaces, and I don't think I can shoot IKA-SAUR on turn 1, regrettably. 1, 2, yeah, I can't get that close. So what will I do? I also don't have to worry about the IKA-SAUR SAR drones this turn because they're S types. So there's no S AI card that's come up. Let's use the Amir first. We're going to use the Amir's mobilize. So actually, let me move up 2 spaces. And then I'm going to, oh, actually no, I've to do two things. So then I moved over, oh, wait. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm going to move Aimer up, and then I'm going to roll some dice, which I have neglected to pull out for this. So let me just do that. Whoop. Goes. I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I'm going to try to move my other robots closer because my resources are very finite in this mode. So roll 3 dice, each 3 or better. We'll move my robots up a little bit. We're rolling good, boys, today. But I do get a free move off both of those. It's almost value, but not really. And then, okay, so that's all I'm going to do with Amir. Amir's done for the turn. And then the boss will do the A thing. So first it'll try Cyan Typhoon. Nothing's in range. And bosses and minions don't hurt each other. That's just a core rule of solo mode. Then it'll activate all A minions, and then it will try to summon an A minion. And then it'll be done. So let's try to summon an A minion. What's the top card of the minion deck? It's a level 3 robot. That means it can't summon because just like players, AIs need to combine their robots. Same thing with the next. Oh wait, no. We got a little SO. A little SO will spawn its piece, and then you have to roll to figure out where it goes, and that's actually why these star point spaces have numbers on them. So we know that 4 is covered, so it'll go to the next highest, so it's going to appear on 5. And now that'll be there, and if I blow it up, the boss will take damage. If I don't, it might be irritating to me. So now it's basically minions are like stage hazards, more or less. I know that they're going to stand still. They're going to shoot at me if I'm in range next turn because E's are going to activate. So I probably want to move my arc next. Just maybe I can just kill it. Oh, actually no, this is the radial. This is the radial SO, so I don't actually have to care. It's only going to hit things within 3 spaces. So I'm actually safe. So what will I do though? I will move up 1. And I actually can shoot the SO-Goth this turn, because I actually had 2 turns to do this. Alright, so I'm going to move up 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot one of these SAR tokens. I'm going to spend 4 dice using my SAR 600's Super Giga Screw You Railgun. One of the funniest attacks in the game. It has a 4 radius, so I'm going to shoot it. And the radius is so big that it will also hit the boss. So let's try that.
And remind me,
yeah, we
does
got it.
does killing minions also damage the boss?
Oh, you bet it does. So yes, big circle. So yeah, I blow up this SAR drone. The boss loses an HP, and the boss starts at 15. It's actually IKA-SAUR is kind of designed to be the easy boss in the Aegis 2 box. It's pretty direct. It will just try to kill you, and you just have to kill you before you have to kill it before it kills you. It has lower-ish HP and more opportunities to deal it damage because it has SAR drones. And then so I killed a thing, and then I dealt 2 damage to IKA-SAUR itself. So I've already got it down to 12. Maybe this will be easy. And that's it for me. We're gonna activate the E card next. Unless I wanted to Valor skill, which would be I can spend 2 Valor at any time to activate like a second robot in a row to like break turn order. Do I want to do that? It does. You just don't take. So yeah, IKA-SAUR just can't be targeted, and I'm not targeting it with anything anyway. So yeah, no, I don't need to do that. IKA-SAUR will pay 1 and flip a coin. Well, it doesn't pay anything actually. Bosses and minions don't use energy, but it will still roll dice. So I'm gonna roll this. It fails. That's great. So it will not hide and it will not spawn more SAR drones. For better or worse, because the SAR drones are easy pickings. And then E-types will activate. SO will shoot everything around it within 3 hexes, or at least it'll attempt to. And then because it doesn't, it will move towards my nearest robot. And I get to choose which space it kind of ends up at. But in this case, it'll end up here, is the shortest line to end at. So now it'll just be, it just kind of walks up to my arc and like menaces it. And then we're going to, can I move my Asha up close enough? 2, 4, 5, I can. So let's spend 5 energy and move up. So I'm going to go down to 10, and then I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to roll 2 dice and try to just shoot the IKA-SAUR directly. Oh, I did forget something though. After the IKA-SAUR has a thing when I damage it. After this robot takes damage, summon a SAR drone, and it comes into play on a random thing. So there should actually be another SAR drone in play. On 1. Ooh. Easy pickings. But yeah, that will not deter me from going up to the boss, because I would rather try to shoot it for 2 than just blow up a SAR drone. So let's roll 2 dice on the boss. And I guess it was the same damage either way. Yeah, so that's another 1 damage to the boss. 1 damage of fun. And boop. So now it's at 11, and my robot is done. And these 3 robots have all moved, so it's really just these 2 guys over here. But now the boss will activate, so it's going to do eye stuff. It's going to flip another coin to see if it disappears and spawns drones. And it does, so that means it creates 2 SAR drones, which will come into play on space 5, because it rounds up from 4, and space 2, because yes. So yeah, you will go here, and you will go here. And eventually, if the boss draws an S, these things will all start shooting at me, which is regrettable. Oh, and I keep forgetting that I also damaged it last turn, but it has 4 SAR drones in play now anyway, so it should have spawned another one last turn, but you still can't. It is still capped at 4, just like everything else. And then it will attempt to activate eye minions. There are none, so we're going to reveal another minion from the top of the deck to summon one. It's Omni! It is the weird Omni from Team 10 in the box that will do weird stuff in solo mode. 6. So let's spawn Omni on 6.
So it doesn't, the minion spawned in doesn't have to be an I type.
Yeah, just if there's no I type in play, it'll just like poop out a minion. The first minion that's valid.
Okay.
And dupe. Alright, and then it's up to me. I can do whatever else I want. What is this Omni going to do to me? It activates a star die power, so it'll stand. It probably will never move. It's just gonna stand there and activate star die powers, which is interesting. So we'll talk about that when it comes up. But for now, let's do I want to blow up this SO? I only have 2 energy, so I'm gonna jet one space over that SO just to get closer to... I'll go here actually, so I won't be in line of sight of that drone. And then I'll spend 2 and I'll try to smack this SO in the face. I do it. That SO will take 2. I was hoping for a crit, so that I could just pay Valor to make it die. But that's probably not worth it. Alright, and that kind of ends round 1. So all my robots have gone. Well, actually, I'm out of energy, so I can't do anything else, and the boss ran out of cards. Once the boss runs out of cards, you just do stuff until you can't do stuff anymore. And then the new round starts, where you flip over things. This will be funny. What do you do? Alright, so the boss has 2 of each letter in the deck, but then 2 special attacks. Those are cards 11 and 12. There are 2 special effects. There's an Omega symbol, and a I actually don't know what the other college child. What is the symbol that looks like the Phyrexian symbol for magic?
I don't know. I have a friend who would, but off the top of my head, I do not.
I think it might be Phi or something. But anyway, Omega symbol, Phyrexian symbol, and what will happen here is when that activates, it'll activate all attacks and all abilities on the boss from top to bottom that have an Omega symbol. So it'll do Cyan Typhoon, and then it'll do Giga Railgun, and then it'll do Drown. And then it will activate all minions. So I'm about to get rocked.
So why is
so
the
easy after all?
Omega symbol in the name for Cyan Typhoon and not for Giga Railgun?
That is in the name for regular. Oh, this card is actually definitely has a typo. They're not supposed to be in the name anymore. We actually moved them over to the side with the letters. This is probably like a version behind or something. But yes, we're gonna pay attention to the ones below the letters. So I'm gonna die. If this is activated twice, also damage all robots not on starboard. So Drown actually gets stronger the next time the super attack comes up, the boss will deal 4 damage to all of my robots that aren't on star points. So I have to seek refuge on star points. But for now, it will merely murder all of my robots within 4 hexes of it, after murdering all my robots within 5 hexes of it with Cyan Typhoon. What will I do? Will I move out of range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well my arc is out of range, so it's really just my Esha. Or do I want to be in range because my Esha has a death trigger anyway? Yes. Okay, how can I capitalize on my Esha dealing a damage to everything in radius? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I started at 17, we're gonna go down to 12, we're gonna go down to 10. Blow out most of my energy for the turn on this really dumb play. And then we're gonna shoot it at point blank range basically, so I can catch myself in my own radius. So I'll take 1 damage. And the boss will also take 1 damage. It won't summon SAR drones because I think there are 4 in play already. Or are there just 3? No, there are 4. Okay, and now the boss will activate its powers top to bottom. So first it's gonna Cyan Typhoon. Was it looking for 4s? Yeah, I'd die. So my Amari will die, but it will deal 1 damage to the SAR drone and kill it, and 1 damage to the boss. Boop.
Comically big circle.
I don't know, is the radius that big? It's only 5 hexes. That's like
Yeah,
4
I guess it
trillion
depends
hexes.
which direction you, or it's not equal. I drew it in a straight line, but I guess on some of the
Oh
ways you
yeah,
can count it.
because just the way hexagons work. But yeah, my arc does not get caught into it because I counted that. But it will blow up my Esha, and I will deal another damage to the boss. And because the boss took a damage, after all this crap is resolved, it will spawn a new SAR drone somewhere else. So 2, which rounds up to 3, because 2 is occupied. Alright, and then it will activate all minions. Oh wait, no. It will first, it will activate Giga Railgun, which will shoot somebody. This was bad planning. Alright, so we're going to, it's going to hit somebody 6 to 10 spaces away, which happens to be exactly where my arc is. Oh no, I have a gun. Beacon still works in solo mode. I don't know if that actually helps me. It does, because my 2 robots are just far away enough to be good. However, will this just kill my gun immediately? We'll find out. Looking for what, 3s are better? Yeah, Giga Railgun's scary. So, 4 damage to my gun. It is at 1, but that is good because my gun deals damage equal to the damage that is on it. And now it will use Drown. It'll kill everything within 4 hexes of it, which is nothing. So that's good. Okay, good turn. And then it'll activate all minions. You basically just activate them in whatever order you want if there's multiple minions with the same name. This SAR drone can't see anything, so that one doesn't do anything. Oh no, sorry, I have to activate Ashla first because it goes. Whenever you have multiple choices in solo mode, like activating multiple minions, or if a robot's shooting at multiple things, you'll generally use alphabetical order. So A stuff will get targeted first, A stuff will act first. So Ashla will use her 1 ability, and to get a 6, which is something that drastically needs clarification with this robot.
Do you just re-roll until you get not a 6, or?
This is good. I love this game. So what actually happens is that if there is something that you cannot make a choice of, you just choose, which actually still doesn't work here. So the answer is yes, you reroll. Uh-oh. Did I lock the dice in place? Yes, I did. Alright, boop. Alright, 1, it can combine with something for free. I need to check the rulebook on this. I think this robot actually just doesn't do anything in solo mode unless you roll a 3 or a 4, because those are the things that it actually activates. Because I know there are some text box abilities that don't really work in solo mode. But anyway, it fails to do anything. So it'll act like all other minions and move to my closest guy, which is here, which will put it in range to punch it if it rolls a 3 or a 4 next time. And then we got SAR drones. This SAR drone doesn't do anything. This SAR drone
Doesn't whatever, the blue one, the SO?
Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, that is also correct. This SO is going to murder me. Yes, SO, thank you for that. So we're looking for both 2 or better, and it's going to do a radial attack on my 2 guys. I do not want my gun to die. So I'm going to use a Valor skill. I'm going to pay 1 Valor, which I would lose anyway if my Gon dies, to basically set one of these dice to a 1 and make the attack miss. So let's get out of here. Alright, and then what else? We're going to, and then there's no other minions, right? Yeah, so SAR drones. This SAR drone only has 1 target, and it's my SAR, so it's gonna roll 2 dice, and it will shoot my SAR for 1 damage. Good, good, excellent. They're gonna go down to the bottom right SAR drone. Do SAR drones have piercing? Good, they don't. This SAR drone will shoot my commander, so let's do that. It misses, and then last SAR drone on the right will also shoot my commander because of alphabetical order. No, I lied, it's gonna shoot Arc because of alphabetical order. Arc takes 1 damage. Doop. Alright, well, most of my robots are at 1 or 2 HP at the moment, so that's cool. Or dead, actually. So that's great. Oh, I forgot to lose a Valor when my robot died, so I'm actually at 16. Alright, so that's a boss turn. Now what do? Shoot. Use SAR 600 to shoot the SAR drone again to get the 3 damage Jamboree. Yeah? Yeah? Alright, yeah, let's just do that. That is good damage for the price. And let's see if I actually hit. I don't, but I want it to hit, so I'm going to spend a Valor, and I'm going to set this 1 to a 6, which will assure that the attack hits. So as I steadily kill myself, I will deal 3 more damage to the boss. And then the boss will spawn a new SAR drone. Because it took damage. So 2 is occupied, so it goes 3. Yeah, let's game the system. I have built my engine. And so S-types are interesting in solo mode because you know that the boss will target them last. If I didn't have a beacon robot, which I do anyway. And then we're gonna activate E stuff. E is going, so boss, flip a coin. 5. Yes. So this boss can't be targeted until next turn, does not spawn drones, because that's 4. What are the Chivos here? What should I be trying to do? Let's see here. Don't lose a single robot. Yeah, I lost that one real quick. Have I defeated 5 or more minions? I believe I'm at like 3? I've killed 2 SAR drones, and I don't think I've killed like a real minion yet. And then combine 3 times. That's just for style points. I don't need style points. What should I do? So yeah, E, it hid, and then it'll activate E minion, so this SO is going to do a thing. In that it will try to radial attack my guys again, which I inevitably have to stop. Please turn into a 1, thank you. So I'm going to go on a 14. And the way to lose via Valor is not to actually hit 0, is yeah, if I'm below 5, I will die. And what else? So that's E. It does not summon any minions. And now what will I do? I will go up and go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my commander to. It's probably not actually going to stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to get exactly 4 spaces away so my commander's ability will proc properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not in line of sight. 5? 1, 2, 3, or 5? And then I don't have enough energy to shoot. I'm bad at this game. I'm gonna use another Valor skill. I'm gonna pay 2 Valor to give myself 5 energy. Because that is a thing I can do. And that's a little bit more of a hefty price than just paying 1 Valor to do a thing. To change a die face. So why don't I... Now I'm going to use Hexagon Arpeggio, which is one of the things that the backer actually requested was the attack name. That was like the first thing as part of the backer's pitch for this robot.
It's a good attack name.
It is a really good attack name. It's like it's an E-type and its wings are guns and its attack is called Hexagon Arpeggio, and I'm like, okay, bet. Thank you for having good ideas. So anyway, now I'm gonna spend most of that energy that I just got, and I'm going to shoot the boss in the face. Oh wait, no,
That's
I
a
can't.
lot of.
Oh my god! In the turn that I literally, because it used the E thing earlier, it's I can't target it. I should have probably made it fail, but I forgot. Take like 4 trillion damage, SAR drone. That's the best die roll I'm ever gonna get with this attack. Oh, that's tragic. Alright, that is a skill issue on my part. Oh, and now, oh god, I'm so smart. Well, now the G card's gonna activate, which is gonna activate Cyan Typhoon, and I am in within 4 range because I am incredibly smart. And it's gonna roll 4 dice as a radial attack, and it does have critical, so it deals 1 damage, 2 damage. Do I want to use? Yeah, I'll nullify Yampy's circle by simply changing its 6 to a 1. And then it's going to do G stuff. Activate G minions. There are none. Activate! Flip new minion. I have 500. It will summon the purple noodle to 5. Which is 6 actually. And that will be the boss's turn, and I have like 4 energy left after dumping it all into that thing.
I like the quote on that card.
Which one? Oh no.
If you tune it, you can listen to sports radio. It's pretty fun.
That's good. I think I like a few weeks back, or like a few months back, there was still like 20 to 30 robots in Aegis 2 that just didn't have like finalized flavor text. So like I went through them in like a fever dream and tried to get quotes from like most or all of the commanders on there. So that's like, I think it's like the one Uptinia quote that appears as flavor text. Let's see. And do I run up to, oh, the boss is still, no, the boss is not untargetable. It is only untargetable until its next turn, so that time is over. And I don't have any energy though. Yes I do. I'm going to, you can use each of these Valor skills 1 time between boss activations. So gonna give myself 5 energy again. Gonna go back up to 9. Gonna see if I can just beat the boss up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 3 energy because of jet. Gonna spend 2. And we're gonna see if I can just deal a ton of damage to this boss. Yeah. So that deals 3 damage to the boss. I'm gonna bring it down to 2. And it's not gonna spawn anything. And I think that's all I got. Can I do the last 2 damage to it somehow? No? Do I do something with this gun that exists to be nearly dead? And I have 2 energy. Do I have 2 energy? I went 3 up. No, I have 4 energy. Yeah, I do. Alright, so let's move up 1 space, 2 spaces, and spend my last 2 energy to attack both of these guys. Oh, so if I kill both of these minions, it'll actually kill the boss. So why don't I do that? And boop. Yes. I lost track of my dice. Wah! The double 6s. Lit. Just rolling real good today. For the sake of argument, let's drop the boss to 0. And I think 15 is actually too low. It was originally at 18, and it might just be at 18 in the box itself. I don't actually know what version this box card is. So let's assume it has 3 more health. And for the sake of showmanship, we will continue playing a little bit. Alright, so that's round 2. And we're going to do 3 more things. Before the AI cards are revealed, I do respawn my robot somewhere. My dead Esha.
Does that actually kill Ashla because she has 5 health?
Oh, you're right. No, so this thing should actually be at 4 health. Yeah, no, Ashla's at 1 HP. Thank you for catching that. Let's see here. But yeah, this Ive is blowed up. And so decidedly not dead. Even without mid-game errata. But let's yeah, I spawn my Esha. Yeah, back here. That sounds good. Yeah, so reveal I S G. So I know it's gonna do its second super attack on the last round, but I don't know if this boss is making it to the last round. Let me put my sunglasses on. Let's try just rolling double 6s on the boss from next to it with Arc. That's probably good. I keep rolling double 6s on everything else, so... no, that is 2 damage.
Unless you made it a 6.
Unless I make it a 6, which I think I probably will do, actually. So, let's spend a Valor to do that. And... do I spend... Oh, funny thing, my commander ability... This actually comes up, especially with stationary bosses. Steady aim. My robot's targeted actions gain precise if I'm exactly that number away. So I actually did get to roll a 3rd die and discard the lowest. Maybe this one will be a 6. Okay, it's not. Alright, so nothing changes there. However, I could spend 2 Valor and go down to the threshold of dying to attack the boss with my... I'll take a 2nd turn in a row. Ooh. And shoot the boss with my commander. Whoop. Why?
Again.
The 2 5 damage attacks from Audette. You saw it here first, folks. Audette MVP, God tier Aegis 2 robot, because like it has that 4% chance to deal 5 damage to something.
Oh, if that's
I just
precise,
did
you should
twice.
roll the
And
extra
I do
die and
actually
see if
get
it's
to.
another hit.
It's true. Let's see if I can get the rare 6 hit. Audette. Whoop. Is not
Aw.
the rare 6 hit Audette. So regardless, that will drop the boss to -4. And technically, I do win. However, let's try. This will be a good exercise to see how much damage should IKA-SAUR have. How much HP should IKA-SAUR have against? It's also subjective because different teams. The Aegis 2 solo mode is very interesting because occasionally the boss will run you over and destroy you, depending on your team comp. Well, other times it's like good, but I think this boss should probably have more HP since it makes so many SAR drones. So I did that. Let's do the boss's first action. We're just going for a high score now. No eye action and no eyes to activate. So we'll flip over a Goth. And Goth will summon in. Cute little dog boy. Probably won't actually do much. So we're going to go to 6 over here. And that will be that. And then, so let's see, my SAR is gone. I'll just activate this Amari, and I'll shoot this SAR drone before this SAR drone. Can I get rid of both of these SAR drones somehow? Oh, I could have merged. Just slam the emerge button. 2 damage. And a thing I can. Oh, how much energy do I have? I paid 2 to attack with Arc, and then I paid 6 to attack with Audette, and then I'm going to. I'll shoot this SAR drone, the bottom right SAR drone. Boop. Bada boom. Pacha. And that will deal another damage to the boss. And now the boss will go. It will use its Giga Railgun, which rolls 3 dice and punches. Gon. It'll be targeting Gon. Pop, 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 pop. Making one of those fail doesn't do anything for me, so Gon is definitely dead this time. So I lose a thing, and then all of my SAR drones activate. So my SAR drone attack SAR in the bottom left there. Let's see if it goes boop boop. 6, 2, so it actually does deal damage to my SAR, and then we're going to use this SAR. So this SAR drone can't see anything. This SAR drone can't see anything. Oh, there should be. I forgot there should be another SAR drone in play because I shot IKA-SAUR in the face earlier. I rolled too many dice. Another SAR drone should be in play at 3. And that would be shooting my SAR, my ARC 200. Boop. And that will also deal damage to me. Should there be... And I actually... I hit it with an ARC and I forgot to make a SAR drone, and I hit it with AMR, so I forgot to make a SAR drone. What's the other SAR drone? 2, that would have appeared. So 4, bump, which will also just shoot arc. And so this is the... Now I will... And so that one would also be in play. And I couldn't have really shot either of these anyway, because they both appeared after my 2 middle guys did their things. So yeah, that will blow up arc. And now at the end of the round, if I hit 4 Valor points, now at the end of the round, it will do a loss check. So here's where, if the boss were like, it had still had HP and stuff, here's where I would... This is like mission critical time, because I know I'm going to lose at round end. So then I would be incentivized to spend the rest of my Valor and go to 0. Oh, actually no. At the end of a round, if you are below 5, you lose. And also, if at any time, period, you hit 0, you also just immediately lose. So, if you get into this game state where you're at 4, I'm incentivized to use the last 3 of my Valor to, like, do stuff. But who hasn't actually activated this round? I already used Amir, I used Arc, and I used Esha. I have not used Gon because Gon is dead. And so the only thing I haven't really used is SAR. And yeah. Oh, I used 2 energy to attack with Esha earlier. So now I really only have SAR to work with. Let's use SAR's railgun on my own commander so I can get the splash radius and miss horribly, but use one of my remaining Valor to turn the 1 to a 6 so that the attack actually hits. And then I'm able to deal 2 damage to the boss and another 1 damage because I blew up the SAR drone. And then the round would end, and I would die if the boss weren't already dead for playtesting purposes. So that is generally how solo mode works. It's interesting to test this iteration of IKA-SAUR, because I'm pretty sure it has more HP in another version. And I'm just like, one of the last things that I have after finishing the print files, we have to go back over here to the tabletop simulator and do like a sweep of updating lots of stuff. Like a lot of the robots have like wrong pieces in here still. All the cards have been kind of recently updated, but not the solo mode stuff, and apparently not the boards and not a lot of the robot pieces. But this is a pretty decent showcase of the solo mode, in that you kind of get to see the Valor, spending your Valor to get the boss closer to death within the time limit is usually where you're going to lose a lot of your stuff. And then the bosses sometimes have brutal attacks that will just kill your robots in 1 hit. Because next round, after it does a G thing, well, actually, yeah, the next attack it was going to do was going to be a G thing, and it was going to probably blow up Amir and Arc if it were still there, because it was going to use Cyan Typhoon. And then the last round of the game would be firing a ton of SAR drones, using Cyan Typhoon again. And then the very last, this is actually lucky on my part, because the very last thing it would do is activate its second rondo of special abilities, which is submerging itself, shooting something for a ton of damage, and drowning everything that's not standing on a star point, which is all of my guys. And the design behind this, if you kind of see like a pattern behind the design of this boss, it keeps spawning SAR drones to clog up the star points so you can't get to them. So there will be maybe a round where you just lose a ton of your robots and then lose a bunch of valor points and you can't do anything about it. So you have to kind of like struggle to get that refuge on the star points and predict when the next one is going to happen. And sometimes that can happen in round one. Sometimes both of the boss's special attacks can happen in round one and a bunch of your robots die. And then they all respawn anyway. And then the rest of the game's a little bit easier. But depending on when the robot special attacks actually show up and how often it'll use these really powerful A and S moves, not A and S, A and S moves, you will be losing robots very rapidly. I was very lucky midway through the game when it used Cyan Typhoon. It only hit 1 out of 4 dice, and I was able to block it. But sometimes it'll hit 3 times, and then your change a die to a 1 doesn't mean much because your robot's taking a lot of your robots are taking a bunch of damage. But yeah, so this boss is one of 4 that comes in Aegis 2. This one is about like you have to clear minions and it'll be shooting you and blowing you up and stuff, and it's kind of like a positioning puzzle. Ender Gansha is probably the hardest because it will be spawning drones and it is invincible as long as it has Gon drones out. And all the Gon drones will be shooting railguns at you every once in a while. Then you have Arlesian, which is that boss only has 9 HP, but it has a bunch of attacks that drain your energy out. So it's like it's a really very much a battle versus time, as it burns out your energy and you're kind of incentivized to combine against that boss to recover your energy. But then your energy pool is even more fragile because you have a combined robots in play, which are much more susceptible to being drained, yada yada yada. And then the last boss is Esogoth, which is one of my favorite bosses, where it is impervious to damage or being targeted, unless there's an A Rondo card revealed. But if there's an A Rondo card revealed, you actually deal double damage to it.
Interesting.
So that one's all about like really planning your turns around those openings, or gimmicking your way into damaging it through like radial effects or like non-combat damage and things like that. That one requires strategy, whereas this one is like shoot it, blow it up before it kills you. And that's very similar to the Aegis 1 boss roster, where AEGIS-SAUR is a kill it before it blows all your guys up boss, and then the other ones are a little bit weirder and more technical. Yeah, so that's a little Aegis solo mode stream this week. I am away in San Francisco for KublaCon, a big pro spiel kind of board game playtesting convention, so I am a little tight on time this week. But we'll be returning for stream on
Friday.
Thursday?
Next Friday.
Friday this week, yes. All right, cool.
Or wait, no. It is. You're right. It is. It's Friday next week.
Okay.
Thursday this week.
Friday next week. Okay, so yeah, Thursday this week we'll be coming back for another stream, and we'll figure out what it is. Probably the day of.
I think. Well, that's going to be our multiplayer day, free for all.
Oh, is it? Good. We got some
3 to 4
sign-ups
player.
and interest for that. That's great. So yeah, we're gonna be testing some multiplayer stuff on Thursday, which is nice, and yeah, we'll be doing a couple more streams after that. And I'm overdue for a Kickstarter update, so hopefully I will include this pertinent information for our backers. But until then, you can catch the repeat on our YouTube VOD. I say to you, valued listener and backer in the future, where you are probably listening to this stream. If you have any interest in, if you have any questions about Aegis 2 or solo mode or anything about Aegis in general, please come into our Discord and talk with us and ping me anytime. And solo mode is available to play in the Aegis 2 tabletop sim test module, but some of the bosses are outdated and I need to update them. And maybe I'll actually do that later today after the stream, now that I know that they are outdated. I thought they were up to date, lol. But yeah, no, so thank you, Yampy, for drawing my lines as always. And we'll see each other again later this week, and we'll do some fun multiplayer stuff.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yep, have a good night.